There are changes that do not arrive loudly. They do not come with a breaking point. They do not come with tears or chaos or urgency. They arrive quietly, so quietly that you almost miss them. A soft shift inside your chest. A subtle feeling that something has gently moved out of place. Not wrong, just different. You wake up one day and the life around you feels familiar but distant. Like a room you have lived in for years but no longer notice. You are not unhappy. You are not excited. You are simply present in a space that no longer responds to you the way it once did. Nothing is broken, and that is what makes it confusing. You go through your day slowly. The same movements, the same sounds, the same rhythm. But something inside you is quieter than before. Not empty. Just still. And in that stillness, a thought appears. It does not demand attention. It does not rush you. It simply rests there. I am not the same person anymore. The thought does not feel heavy. It feels honest. You sit with it. You do not argue. You do not explain. You let it breathe. Change does not always ask to be seen immediately. Sometimes it asks to be felt before it is named. You notice how silence feels different now. It is not uncomfortable. It is spacious, the kind of space that invites listening, not to the world, to yourself. You realize that many of your days have been shaped by habit, not by intention. Habit is gentle. It keeps life moving without effort. But habit can also keep you in places long after your spirit has finished growing there. You do not resent the life you built. You respect it. It held you when you needed holding. It protected you when you were fragile. It gave you a place to rest. But rest is not meant to last forever. At some point, rest turns into stillness, and stillness turns into quiet longing. Not for something specific, just for movement. You feel it in the way your breath pauses before exhaling. You feel it in the way you delay decisions that once felt easy. You feel it in the way your attention drifts during conversations you used to enjoy. You are not bored. You are transitioning. Transition is subtle. It does not ask for answers. It asks for patience. You begin to understand that not all change is visible. Some change happens beneath the surface, like roots growing deeper before the tree grows taller. You allow yourself to slow down, not to stop, just to notice. Notice how your body responds to certain thoughts. Notice how your energy shifts when you imagine different possibilities. Not plans, just directions. Forward, sideways, away. You do not rush toward clarity. Clarity often arrives after acceptance. You accept that you are in between who you were and who you are becoming. In between does not mean lost. It means open. Open space can feel unfamiliar. But it is also where calm lives. You stop forcing yourself to feel motivated. You stop demanding excitement. You let neutrality exist. Neutrality is not emptiness. It is balance, a pause between breaths. You begin to understand that you do not need to announce your change. You do not need to explain it. Change does not need witnesses to be real. Some of the most important shifts happen in silence. Quiet change is still change, and it is often the most sustainable kind. You notice how your identity feels lighter when you stop defining it. You are not rushing to become someone new. You are allowing old layers to fall away. Layers you once needed. Layers that protected you. Layers that no longer fit. You thank them without clinging. Letting go does not require drama. It requires presence. You sit with the feeling of not knowing. You breathe. Not knowing does not scare you the way it used to. It feels gentle now, like standing at the edge of something wide and calm. There is no pressure to jump, just space to observe. You realize that peace does not come from certainty, it comes from honesty. Honesty about where you are, honesty about what you feel, honesty about what you cannot continue. You are allowed to change quietly. You are allowed to grow without an explanation. You are allowed to move on without a reason that others understand. Growth does not ask for permission. It responds to readiness. And readiness often feels like stillness before movement. You feel it now, not as urgency, as calm awareness, a gentle knowing that something new will emerge when the time is right. For now, you rest inside the transition. You breathe inside the pause. You trust that quiet change is still change, and that is enough for this moment. There is a phase where nothing needs to happen yet. No decision, no movement, no conclusion, just awareness. You are here now, not moving forward, not moving backward, simply standing inside yourself. The world continues at its usual speed. But you do not. You slow down, not intentionally, naturally. Your body knows when it is time to pause. Pauses are not empty. They are full of subtle information. You begin to notice how silence settles around you differently. It feels softer, less demanding. You no longer feel the urge to fill every moment with sound. Quiet becomes supportive, like a gentle hand resting on your back. You breathe, in, out. Nothing changes. And yet, everything feels more present. You realize that many parts of your life have been moving without your attention. You were there, but not fully. Now, you are here, fully, not focused, just aware. Awareness does not judge. It observes. You notice thoughts come and go like slow-moving clouds. You do not chase them. You do not push them away. You let them pass. This is not effort. It is allowance. Allowance feels light. You feel it in your shoulders. They drop slightly. You feel it in your jaw. It softens. Your breath deepens without instruction. Your body responds to permission. Permission to rest inside the unknown. You are not lost. You are between certainty and curiosity, between definition and openness. This space does not require direction. It only requires presence. You stop asking what comes next. You stop measuring progress. Progress is a concept that belongs to action. This moment belongs to stillness. Stillness is not inactivity. It is integration. Your mind is catching up to changes that have already happened inside you. That takes time. You allow time. You feel no rush to explain yourself, not even internally. Explanation creates edges. Right now, you prefer softness. Softness allows truth to surface gently. You notice how some desires have faded, not disappeared, just quiet, and how new curiosities have not yet formed. This emptiness does not scare you. It feels neutral. Neutral is peaceful. Peaceful does not mean happy. It means unforced. You realize how often you once tried to feel something, to label your experience, to name your emotions. Now, you let them remain unnamed. Unlabeled feelings are easier to hold. They do not demand clarity. They simply exist. You sit with them, not analyzing, not fixing, just sitting. Your breath remains steady. Your heartbeat is slow and reliable. You trust it. Trust begins in the body. Before the mind understands, the body already knows. You are safe here, in this pause, in this quiet. Nothing is required of you. You do not need to make meaning yet. Meaning emerges when space is wide enough. You widen the space, by not filling it, by not reaching, by not preparing. You rest. not sleep. Rest. There is a difference. Rest is awake, gentle, attentive. You feel your awareness expand slightly, not outward, inward. You become curious about subtle sensations. So the way your feet connect with the ground, the way air moves in your chest, the way time feels slower when you stop tracking it. You are not wasting time. You are reclaiming it. Time does not disappear in stillness. It deepens. You understand now that not all growth looks like movement. Some growth looks like settling, like sand falling to the bottom of clear water. The water becomes still on its own. You do not stir it. You allow clarity to appear naturally. You begin to feel a quiet trust, not in outcomes, in process, the process of becoming. Becoming does not hurry. It unfolds, layer by layer. You do not need to decide who you are right now. Identity can wait. Presence cannot. You choose presence. Again and again. Your attention returns to your breath. In, out. Each breath anchors you more deeply in this moment. Thoughts may arise, memories, possibilities. You greet them without attachment. They do not need answers. They only need space to pass through. You notice how much lighter it feels to not be planning. Planning pulls you forward. Remembering pulls you backward. Presence holds you here. Here is enough. You begin to sense that something is forming. Not clearly, not visibly. More like a gentle orientation, a direction without detail. You do not chase it. You trust it will clarify when the time comes. For now, your only task is to remain open. Openness is quiet strength. It does not announce itself. It does not defend. It simply allows life to move through you without resistance. You realize that resistance is what once made things heavy, and heaviness was never a requirement. You release it, slowly, breath by breath. Nothing dramatic happens. And that is perfect, because real change rarely announces itself. It settles in, softly, silently, until one day, you realize you are no longer who you were, not because you tried, but because you allowed. For now, nothing needs to happen. You are exactly where you need to be. In the pause, in the quiet, in the space where becoming is already underway. You rest here, and that is enough.